Hey guys, Allie Clifton from the Road Trippin podcast here. As you know, since moving to LA in 2018, it's been a process trying to figure out my lifestyle. And though it's been an important one, it has been fun. So if you're like me and want a change of pace and are ready to take the next step, the nerds at NerdWallet are here to help you make your dreams a reality. NerdWallet's team of nerds research hundreds of the top credit cards, mortgages, and more so you can easily compare and find what is right for you. Maybe you're looking for a change of pace, a home big enough for you and your family to grow with a basketball hoop up front so you can practice your three-point shot. NerdWallet can help you compare and find the smartest mortgage rates to get some room for you, your family, and your hoop dreams. Ready to compare your way there? Take the first step by discovering the smartest credit cards, mortgages, and more today at nerdwallet.com. NMLS 1617539.
Dude, we are going to, before we finish with Road Trippin, whenever that is in 100 years, we are going to get Allie and OnlyFans just for feet.
Welcome into this edition of Road Trippin' with RJ and Channing Richard Jefferson Channing Fry. I'm your host, Allie Clifton, and we are nearing the end of the NBA playoffs. And why do you say that? Should we give this stat that you sent me yesterday from Mr. Tim Reynolds, who I adore in this business,
yes,
about how the NBA playoffs have gone so far?
Oh,
Woof.
yeah. Woof.
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 13 games before last
Hooch.
night. 13 games before last night's Game 5 in Miami have been decided by 1, 2, or 3 points. 13 games have also been decided in these playoffs by 25 points or more.
Ooh. We got a good first half last night, though.
Yeah.
42 to 37 is a good first half.
Miami is hard to watch sometimes.
42-37. It was a 5-point game. Yeah, at least I was going to tune into the third quarter. Some of these games are like, I'm not after the first quarter of the game in Boston, I wasn't watching the second half.
No. What? Hell no. I'm
No.
in the hot tub.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
What am I tweeting about? This is garbage.
There's nothing to tweet
It's just
about.
so, it's like, and here's my, obviously Miami is a special team. Mm-hmm. Here's my criticism. Here's a real question. After Bam got the opportunity to be a starter and be who he is, has he gotten better? Like Bam's talent, he is the most talented guy on the floor. But he is so robotic at times offensively. It's like, have you not developed a post move or a face-up jumper or any type of aggressiveness to dominate your matchup? Even when he gets a good matchup, he dribble handoffs to somebody else. Like, they are so robotic, and at times, a lot of the times that's going to make you good. But then Jimmy needs to be great all the time, which he can't do at this level. Then Tyler Hero has so much impact because he has the automatic green light. He's the only dude with some wiggle and a leash offensively. Like PJ Tucker, if he's not shooting a three or like a floater, he's not even looking at the rim. No. It's like you can't win like that. It's so hard for them to score because they're like, I have to dribble handoff, screen, roll, pass, screen, roll. You're like, you're wide open. Dribble handoff, roll, screen. You're like, God damn, God.
Do you think they're saying
89
it like that?
Knicks? What is going on?
No, but that's look, Miami is one of the best organizations in all of sports, not just basketball, in all of sports. But there's been but that's been some of the criticism of them at times is that they aren't a big adjustment. They're just we need to do it harder and we need to do it better. They've developed guys. Look at what Tyler Hero has developed into. I know Duncan Robinson's been on the outside, but Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, they've developed guys. But this is the issue in my opinion.
Have they though?
No, they have. Strus has gotten better.
Or is
Vincent
Strus is doing what Strus is. Getting better or having a system in place. Strus is just Robinson who plays defense.
No, he's not. He can't shoot like Robinson. He can't shoot like Robinson. Even though Robinson,
I don't know how Robinson can shoot. He ain't playing.
Okay.
He can shoot in warm-ups.
When you look at Miami, if you told me that Bam was a 20, 10, and 5 guy, right, that he could average 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, 100%. Like Bam was frustrated that he didn't make the All-Star game or that he wasn't closer to Defensive Player of the Year. Well, these are the moments that you prove it. These are the moments where you're like, hey, this is who I am. This is what we do. And you're right. They have looked so stagnant. They have looked uninspired. And this is the difference between Golden State and them. When you look at the impact that Wiggins, that Jordan Poole, that those guys have had, and Wiggins is quote unquote a young guy, is kind of a younger guy. You would think that Bam and Tyler Hero would have done the exact similar thing and helped Jimmy out and helped Kyle Lowry out and helped kind of the older players out because the younger guys are starting to ascend. Well, that shit hasn't been the case with Tyler. And truth be told, like they're like, oh, well, Robert Williams, when Robert Williams plays, it's like Bam is so much more skilled than Robert Williams. Like I want to give Robert Williams and the Boston Celtics credit, but Bam hasn't been dominant at all in the postseason the way that we believe that he has the talent to be.
Yeah, we're only saying that because Bam is so freaking talented. You're like, dude, you could dribble. What happened to you even looking at the rim to shoot a mid-range? Like, where are you? When do you?
He looked like a smaller. He looked like a smaller, more physical version of Anthony Davis. If Anthony Davis is 6'11" and skilled, he's about 6'9" with skill, but you would feel like a little bit more like physically aggressive. So like they're in the same mold of a super skilled 4-5 hybrid.
Same skill level,
dude. He should.
He doesn't have the offensive game that Anthony Davis has. He doesn't have the offensive game. But also, like, you're like, Bam's early in his career. Bam's early in his career, you would figure that, like, if you were to say, and again, I don't want to be disrespectful, but to say, like, oh, he's a poor man's Anthony Davis, that's a compliment.
No.
That's damn near how. No, I'm just saying, like, in that space. Yeah. Like, he's not as big. He's not as skilled. But like the skills could be developed because he is hyper skilled for a 6'9", 6'10" like power forward. He's super skilled. He can dribble it. He brings it up. He can do all the different things. They run the offense through him. He's a playmaker. He's athletic as shit. Like, show me an area which you're like, yo, he's not pretty ridiculous at.
How much of what we're seeing now? One, do you think it's a wrap? Over in 6?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
over in 6. How
this
much
shit is wrapped up?
How much of that is a reflection?
Why are you laughing, Allie? Why are you laughing, Allie?
How much of that is just a reflection of the Celtics being the better team when it comes to the series versus injuries? I mean, you have to factor that in for the Heat.
They're the more talented. I wouldn't say better. They're the more talented.
What?
I think they're the more talented team.
Celtics are better.
I'm saying
the Celtics are just a flat-out better team. I think if you look at the Celtics, they are constantly making adjustments. Defensively, they're better. Offensively, they're better. They have the best player on the court, which is Jason Tatum. And then you would look at who's 10 on the court. Their 10 is better than Miami's 10. Their 10 is Robert Williams. And then their 5
Robert Williams
or their
is
other
10.
10.
He's not 10. He's probably like 8. Robert Williams is pretty good. He's pretty good.
If you have 10 people on the starting lineup, Max Strus is 10. Sorry, Max Strus is 10.
Yeah.
But everyone else is all Boston. Boston got 5 out of 8 on their team.
Yeah.
And 9 and 10 are Miami. So that's hard to beat. And then off the bench, they have freedom. And so it's not like they're in a robotic state. When they bring dudes that can hoop off the bench. It's not like they bring robotic guys off the bench.
Yeah, it just look, Miami, they have willed themselves here. Jimmy Butler doesn't look 100%. Tyler Hero is out. Kyle Lowry doesn't look like he's 100%. And I'm sorry, this is the NBA Finals. You're playing, and I know Boston, Marcus Smart's out and other guys are banged up, but it's like at the end of the day, you would look at Boston and say they're healthier. They're deeper. They have the wings and the guys to play multiple positions. They have less guys that you can target. You can point it to like 1.5 guys on Boston, where there's probably 3 or 4 guys that you can target on Miami. And that's not a knock on Miami. That's just to make it like Duncan Robinson, they paid $90 million and he can't play. Kyle Lowry, is in a position right now.
Had 0 points. Now, we talked about Bam. Bam had 18, but was negative 23. He had 18 and 10. So, obviously, it's
that wasn't a good.
You can't have a guy.
Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, but
You
I was
can't
going to
have
say
two
there's a
guys on your
difference
team.
between an 18 and 10 and an impactful 18 and 10 to what
Right.
you were saying
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
Kyle Lowry.
He had an Anthony
0.
Davis
How
18
you-
and 10.
How are you? Wow.
Look, and there,
Dude, how
I'm
you
just going to step in and say
have
this because
0
I could see
points?
people being like, oh my God, they're crushed, whatever. Like, we've talked about it when it comes to Anthony Davis. Like, there are levels to his game, and a lot of it comes back to his impact or lack
Yeah,
thereof.
Anthony
at
Davis could be
times.
asleep. That's what I'm saying. Anthony Davis could
Yes,
be asleep and
go
have
out
18
and get 25 and 12.
12. And you're just like, wait, he had how many? And they lost by how much? Right? So, like, that's not a knock on, like, Anthony Davis is far better than me and Channing. Like, blah, blah, blah. We get all, if you combine me and Channing, we're not
I couldn't
Anthony.
tie his shoes.
Yeah, exactly. But that doesn't change the fact,
That's
bro.
our job to talk some shit.
It,
So here we go.
it doesn't, at the end of the day, the reality is the reality. Like, you can have great numbers and not have it be impactful. And I've seen guys have, 20 and 8 and 12 in the fourth quarter. That's impactful, right? If you just give me 6 every quarter and your team is getting outscored by 7 every quarter and you lose by 20, your 25 and 10 was not impactful. That's just doesn't mean that it's empty or that you're not good. It just wasn't a very impactful.
For a good example would be Andrew Wiggins was averaging 22 points in Minnesota and getting a head busted. Now he averages 17, and it is extremely impactful.
Yeah.
His 20 in Minnesota wasn't shit, and his 17 is getting the Warriors to the NBA Finals and probably going to win the thing.
So
Your impact on winning versus just your impact playing the game.
on playing. So Jerry West said, and it's like sometimes you just like you're around the legends and you pick up stuff. It's like, don't give me a guy that gives me 2 steals and 8 rebounds. Show me when they get those 2 steals. Show me when they get those 8 rebounds. Because some guys come out in the first quarter. Some guys come out in the first half. Some guys disappear in the third. Some guys don't really do much. Like, that's why the crunch time statistics are so important. It's basically what Jerry West was saying. In crunch time, when a game was within 5 points and there's 5 minutes to go, like the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, they were elite. They were the best team in the league, undefeated, going into the fourth quarter with a lead. That means that they're when you needed them to play their best is when they did. Now, I know we can talk about the postseason and how it ended, but that's part of basketball. But, like, ultimately, it's when they were at their best, and that was crunch time for the Phoenix Suns. Some guys are first half players, first quarter players. You want those guys that are fucking problems with 5 minutes to go and it's a 5-point game.
I will say, can we please
we're on
clip
the
that?
heat. Oh, go ahead.
Can
Go
we
ahead.
please clip that segment where Richard and Channing both complimented Anthony Davis and said that he was better than the both of them? Because I really have wanted Anthony Davis to be on this podcast, but I feel like you guys have rode him so hard.
No,
that
he's
he
not gonna-
probably will never give Road Trippin a chance. I would love for him to come on here. So
He would
there
have a
was
blast.
compliment there.
Anthony Davis would have a blast. AD would have a blast on our podcast because, like, me and Channing, how many years do you play, Channing?
13.
We have 30 years of teammates. Yeah, well, 17, 13. We have 30 years of teammates and coaches. But I'm merely saying that, like,
There's nothing that I wouldn't say that to his face.
exactly, and
I
that
would be like, come on, man.
And there's and
Stop
all
eating them empty carbs.
and all the-
Stop eating the
Yo,
empty carbs
those
and get some
ruffles,
protein.
those ruffles though are fire. Can we please?
Yeah.
Fire.
His, not
I do
LeBron's.
like- I do
his.
like ruffles with dips.
Oh,
I haven't tried
with
bronze.
dips. I haven't either. I can't find them.
Hey, question. Sorry,
Yes,
Allie.
no.
Real quick. And this is for you. Joel Embiid to Miami thing, right? He been tweeting a lot.
They're not giving
What
him
do you
up.
think about that?
They're not giving him up. He's not a free agent.
I don't know about the Joel to Miami thing, but I have something to say about Joel in general.
Oh, get it, girl.
What happened?
First of all, I want to say this to those on Twitter, and I have to say this because I don't really tweet much when it comes to this stuff, large in part because of this. So I probably walked myself into it, but I give a lot of people credit for just reading between the lines or the ability to read between the lines or just understanding and knowing. And I preface with the fact that I am not perfect. I make mistakes, but I did not make a mistake here. I know the GD rules when it comes to first team, second team, third. I understand that it is position
yelling at
locked.
us.
My problem with the position locked, it goes back to the fact that for how long, and I want you guys to correct me because we were talking about this, Richard, the other day, and I don't think you actually gave me a concrete timeline, but for the last decade or so, the NBA has evolved, right? It has become a different game to the point where all narratives, for the most part, and the way in which we dissect and break down the NBA game today is based off of what? Positionless basketball. And so when it comes to evaluating players and their performance, especially at this stage, and when it comes to this award, for example, you need to have criteria that is reflective of how you view the game. And so I struggle with the fact that Joel Embiid, and we all know the facts, right? That he is this season, last season, second best player. The MVP award, let's call a spade, was not a runaway. And we all know that. And the fact that he was not on the first team.
I didn't get a vote. Fuck y'all.
But if he was, or if you did get a vote, Channing, he would have been on the first team in your eyes.
Yeah. What? Without a doubt. That's not even. That wasn't even a question.
That's just my problem there. So
scorer in the league.
Yeah, and the other thing that I was going to say
team?
too is like I know when it comes to all of these things, so I'm just going to take this away from anyone saying who would you have taken off. I hate that question, though I understand it's part of it.
Luka.
But here's the thing: I'm not going to sit here and talk about someone who, for a position that you only get 5 spots, right? It's such a coveted award and an honor. I'm not going to take that away from someone because guess what? I've never played in the NBA.
I will.
And I've never made the amount of money, what comes from that, etc. But I don't even think it matters who you take off. It's the fact of the matter that Joel Embiid deserves to be on the first team. He earned that. And when you guys talk about top 75, the next 25 years, when the top 100 comes out, Rich, you made this point, that award matters.
Yep. First team versus second team matters because you're talking about it. But let me say this. The NBA failed. Singularly Joel Embiid. The NBA failed him. And this is where the reporters also failed him. And this is why I don't. There is an option that you can put Joel as a forward or as a center, however you want to use them. There was the option, and people opted. More people opted. And Giannis
he was listed as a forward center.
That were both were listed at forward center, so you had the option. You can't have the guy getting second in the MVP and making second team All NBA. They had the same thing happen with Marc Gasol when he won Defensive Player of the Year, and that was the year that Bron should have won it if you would have used like a normal brains criteria. But like to me, I just thought that it was one, I thought he was the MVP, and two, to get a second kick in the nuts and have him be second team. The NBA failed him. You're not recognizing your best players. And this is why I say Luka. Luka is great. Luka's going to be the best player in the league. Luka is going to be one of the next 100 greatest players. He's this, and that. The first 30 games, Luka said he wasn't in shape. The team said he wasn't in shape. The team didn't play great the first 30 games, and he worked his way in. You have to account for those 30 games the same way you did the last 30 games. And in my mind, those first 30 games puts Luka in second team, and that's what puts Joel on the first team if I had to take one person off, and that is why. Anybody that wants to argue, I'm not saying that Luka or that Devin Booker and Jason Tatum are better than Luka. I'm not saying that. I'm saying those three had a better season overall over 82 and was a more complete season than what Luka had. And those are facts. There's no basketball brain that will say that those aren't facts. So the NBA failed Joel Embiid. They failed him, and it's not cool.
Facts.
Hashtag facts.
Yeah, my problem is with the criteria.
Oh, criteria is trash.
Channing? I feel like you gave me a little credibility, though, on Twitter when you said that I beat you to the punch. So obviously you feel.
You did.
No, I mean, you obviously feel.
I do think it's funny, right? And I'm just shooting the shit at this point. That Jalen Rose voted for Kyrie third.
Oh, that was him.
You're just like, come on, man.
So I saw the clip of Stephen A's reaction, but why I didn't catch it last night because I was doing Sparks. Why did Jalen say that he put him on there?
Yeah, I didn't catch it either. Richard, did you catch it?
What?
Why did Jalen vote Kyrie 13?
he said he made a mistake. Let's first start with that. He said he made a mistake. He said that he felt like the Kyrie not playing was out of his control. And when you mean that is that Kyrie, it wasn't like you saw with Matisse Thybulle. Kyrie was not the only player to not get vaccinated. Matisse Thybulle didn't get vaccinated either, and he couldn't go play in Toronto. There were more players than people knew. It wasn't an NBA rule. It was a New York City mandate. So he said that he tried not to hold that against him because when Kyrie played, when he was on the court in those 26 games, he was one of the best 15 players in the league. That's not something I'm just saying, like, I don't agree with it. But if you use that logic, you're like, dude, the 26 games that he was allowed to, and then the Nets said they weren't going to have him play road games. He was willing to play all the road games. So that was his logic, is that the New York City mandate took away his home games. Then the Nets said, we're not going to have you play part-time. But when all of that started to change, Kyrie was one of the best 15 players in the league. If you look at having 40, having 50, doing some of the things that he was doing.
We didn't need the 29 games that he was allowed to play, though, to tell us who Kyrie Irving is and can be in this league.
Agreed.
That's my point. Is
you could do that in 5 games.
Yeah, think about the amount of guys that if they only had to give you 29 games over the course of a 9-month season or a 7-month season, if you're not a part of the postseason, like, could tell you that they were a third-team All-NBA player.
I'm
not saying everyone, but
no, Channing, you know this. I still have to compliment Kyrie because Kyrie must have been working his ass off for those months that he was playing solo. That's so hard because when Kyrie showed up, he showed up ready to go. He showed up like listen, we can give him that compliment, like, because that's hard as a player. Part of the reason why I retired is like I wasn't going to wait around for a phone call. I wasn't going to be working out at high school gyms and LA Fitnesses and doing that stuff. I wasn't going to be doing that trying to get ready for a phone call. Well, Kyrie essentially was waiting on a phone call, but Kyrie took care of himself. And the minute Kyrie was able to play, he was out there balling.
Yeah, like, people don't understand how in shape you get from practice with 11 other dudes.
Yeah.
Like, shoot around, pickup, like training camp. He didn't go through none of that. And then this dude is in the gym running sprints by himself, probably listening to, like, nature music.
Let me be honest with you guys, though. Let me be honest with you guys, though. Are you surprised? Because I think the one thing we've learned about Kyrie is like,
hard.
It's hard, but this is a responsibility that he does not take lightly, and I think he continues to prove that off the court about what he is involved in and what matters to him. But also, you can't sit there and preach all of these things, and then when it is time for you to return, not be in shape. So, like, were you surprised?
It's
100%.
It's a compliment because you can do 90% of it and then show up and, like, let's say his first game, he has 18, he has 22, and like his first 5-7 games, it's okay, and then he gets better as the time goes on. That man showed up ready to go. Like, that man showed up like he was playing.
I think he had 50 in his first month.
like that's. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now I also understand he has an advantage because he gets 4 days rest. But, like, your body deconditions. Your body, especially Kyrie, is getting older. He's not 23 years old where he can just wipe off the bottom of his shoes and then go for 50. Like, it takes a certain level of conditioning, focus, training to make sure you don't get hurt because your body is off its normal, like, schedule and clock. So this is more of a, like, people understand what Kyrie did to make sure that he was ready to go was 10 out of 10. He could not have done a better job. He has done as well of a job as any player that missed substantial time and then showed up ready to go. Now, all the other stuff I get, but that part, 10 out of 10, A++.
Which is why, to kind of bring it full circle, if you were just judging him on 29 games and that was their criteria, he probably wouldn't have been just third team. Just saying.
Yeah,
there's more to what goes into that decision than just 29 games.
Yeah,
all right, the Warriors. Is it a wrap?
Oh.
That's all the way. Oh.
Okay. Lock that joint up. Well, you're just impossible.
I thought you were going to go like I Dream
when
of
you
Jeannie.
lose it. This is called a wrap. This is how you wrap it
that
up.
Christina Aguilera reference?
No. This is
not. I love Christina Aguilera. when she had that, what is that, Dirty video? Holla at your boy. I think we were like 18 when that came out.
So don't worry,
I can
it's
see
a
that.
lock.
They just, yeah, God, sorry. We went on a tangent about young Christina Aguilera. It's too much. It's too much to guard. You have to play them perfect. When you lose a game to Kevon Looney, it's a wrap.
Kevon Looney, you two loons.
No,
I made one mistake. I said his name 500 times. I said it really quickly once. I know his name is Kevon. I know that.
The fact that the both of you just...
his name is Kevin. I'm calling him by his government.
I'm calling him by like when a police officer pulls him over. Hey, Kevin.
Yes, they're like, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you lose, if Kevon Looney, who hasn't scored 20 since his freshman year of college, and he beat you, that series is a wrap. That was your chance. That was your chance.
He's shooting like 85% in this series.
It's just like, where did this come from?
He's coming off layups. Like, he's not out here going to work on people chanting.
No,
they're like
crazy.
because like this is the thing, when you drive, and you know this from playing against like when it was KD, Steph, and Clay. When you drive, if you're Draymond and you drive and the big comes to help, Looney's right there, because if there's a small that cracks, there's a small that cracks back, you throw it straight to Jordan Poole, you throw it straight to Steph, you throw it straight to Wiggins. So they're like, we're gonna stay at home and see if Kevon Looney can beat us, and it's like, well, apparently you can. On layups, layups, just keep laying it up and offensive rebounds now, but. He's one of those players that should be complimented, man. To me, he reminds me a little bit of Tristan with the Cavs, where it's like you don't fully appreciate how important he is to the ecosystem of what they do. Dude. Tristan was huge to the ecosystem of what we were doing. Very similar to what Kevon Looney is. It's like the ecosystem is a delicate balance. We saw people would think like losing Gary Payton II. You're like, oh, he's their 7th best player, but a part of their ecosystem. And as a perimeter defender, he is probably the 2nd or 3rd most important defender on their team. Probably 2nd most important defender outside of Draymond. So that just shows you that he's not one of their top 5 guys, but like he's their 2nd best defender. So when he's out, their ecosystem gets all screwed up. And Looney is that guy.
Yeah.
Channing agrees.
Allie, you okay?
I was just, giving
Channing agrees. Channing's like, Channing.
Yeah, I started off talking about Kevin.
His name is Kevon, bro.
It's Kevon.
Guys, now I'm trolling.
Now you're trolling. Okay. All right, let's take a quick time out. We have a great few products that we want to tell you about this week. Hey everyone, it's Allie again for NerdWallet. You still dreaming about a home with a driveway hoop? Well, what if we told you NerdWallet can help you take the first steps to make those dreams a reality? NerdWallet's team of nerds research hundreds of the top credit cards, mortgages, and more, so you can easily compare and find what's right for you. And since you're getting a front yard hoop, let's make that backyard perfect for barbecues and NBA watch parties. NerdWallet can help you find a low mortgage rate so you can find the right place with lots of space in both yards. Ready to compare your way there? Take the first step by discovering the smartest credit cards, mortgages, and more today at nerdwallet.com. NMLS 11759. All right, road trippers, have you heard about Prize Picks? Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. Our entire crew loves it, and we know you will too. Prize Picks has the best NBA prop game across the market. They offer more NBA props than any other DFS operator, and they offer every player and stat category you can think of. Want to get in the game now? There's no better time with the NBA playoffs in full swing. All new users that make their first deposit and use the promo code Road Trippin will receive an instant 100% deposit match up to $100. All you have to do is pick 2 to 5 players and select an over-under on their daily projections, and you can win up to 10 times on any entry. It's just you versus the projected numbers. Prize Picks even allows mixed sport entries. Use the award-winning Prize Picks app either on the App Store or Google Play today. Entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. It's that easy. Prize Picks is safe and offers fast withdrawals. Make this year's NBA playoffs a little more exciting. Enjoy a special bonus offer on us. Check out prizepicks.com, use the promo code ROADTRIPPIN, or go to your App Store and download the app today. Remember, road trippers, Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. Guys, did you get your athletic greens?
Oh, yes, I did. Ooh, it was popular.
actually did.
They
was
sent it
popular.
to the yoga studio. Yeah, they sent it to the yoga studio, and I opened it up, and everybody was like, "What's up, Allie? Hey, we're gonna start selling athletic greens." I don't think they know it, but we want to start selling it to the yoga studio because when I opened it up there, everyone was asking me about it. I was literally giving an infomercial at the yoga studio with all of my, and I actually gave one of the bags to the person that works our front desk. So yeah, I'm generous with it.
You talking about
No,
Pete?
not Pete. I don't give nothing to Pete.
Peter
Steven
Knight.
Naiva. Yeah.
I thought you said Peter Knight. Yeah, no, I will say the last few days after I posted it, obviously, because they gave us so much, which is incredible. I've encouraged a lot of people to go to, obviously, check it out on the website, use our promo code, because they're all wondering. Everyone is wondering, is it the real deal? Do you actually enjoy taking it? What is it like? Obviously, as we know, it's the 75 vitamins and minerals that nourishes our body, the clarity, the energy. I talk a lot about the debloating that happens. A scoop every morning and 8 ounces of water. I actually add the little droppers. We are big advocates here on Road Trippin. The guys love it. We take it every single day. Actually had a friend who asked me about it, and I said for my 2 guys who are 40-ish. They need it just to get their bones working in the morning.
Here's
so,
mine. See, here's my travel packs. Here's my travel packs.
Oh my gosh.
I travel with. I'm not joking, man. I travel with this nonsense.
Looky there. And it's very easy. It's efficient. Again, it takes 2 seconds to take. And so to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs, as Rich just showed you, for your first free purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/roadtrippin. Take ownership of your health today. Pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Again, go to athleticgreens.com/roadtrippin and get started today. We love it. No lies.
You hear that, Channing?
Anything
a free
else?
Year supply of vitamin D.
Whoa. Allie, I have a question. Can you name 3 Aerosmith songs? Oh my God.
Yeah. What was that one? No. Like Armageddon.
That's not. That's a movie that they had a song.
The song in it though.
That's like,
the song in it. How does it go? First of all, okay.
Well, you said Armageddon. You just said it like that was the name of it.
Yeah. What's the song?
I could stay awake just to hear you breathing.
Okay, come on.
I know his name. I know his name.
What's his name?
Steven Tyler.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. What's his daughter's name?
She was in Armageddon.
Kayla.
She was Kayla. It's Liz. Was it Liz? Liv? She doesn't know, bro.
Kidding.
No,
that was a joke.
Don't do that.
Shout out Lizzo. Love Lizzo.
In the crazy video
with Alicia
Crazy?
Silverstone. It was amazing.
Oh my God!
First of all, isn't it Alicia Silverstone? Alicia.
It's not Alicia. It's Alicia.
Alicia. That's a black guy.
I can't stand either of you.
That's too many vowels.
Can you name, Channing? Can you name 3 Aerosmith songs?
Crazy, Dream On.
Oh, see, I know all of these.
Sweet Emotion.
Yeah. Don't. Let's not.
Sweet.
Yeah,
dude.
First of all,
I listen to so many random songs.
It is 2022. Can you please not suppress my energy in the way in which I would like to?
No, we're here to support. We're here to support.
We're here to
lift you up by telling you no. The best support that you can give somebody sometimes is telling them no.
Honesty.
Yeah.
All right, let's move into some other topics, unless you guys have any other NBA topics that are on your...
Oh, let's go to some other nonsense.
Oh, Richard, I have a question. Your response when it came to the Lakers coaching...
Oh, I do want to talk about this. Yes, I actually do want to talk about this.
God, ain't nobody want to talk about no damn
No. First of all, you and Kendrick Perkins, for those out there that don't know this, none of you do, because we didn't tell you. He was supposed to be on. Yes, he was supposed to be on the pod today. And so I was actually going to spare, because I observed that you two apparently don't like talking about the Lakers. But I get it, because when you're on the show, you only get so much time. Well, this is a podcast. So when it comes to the Lakers coaching search, I would like y'all's opinion on it and just what you think.
Okay,
Obviously,
so
they're 3 finalists, and then they've got the one report out there with Doc Rivers. So from Kenny Atkinson's to Terry Stotts to Darvin Ham as 3 finalists.
Let me say this about the show, and a lot of times, what like Channing, and Channing, that's my guy. This is the thing. A lot of this is just to be fun and to have entertainment and for us to joke around. Like, we were sitting here making fun of Anthony Davis, knowing that he's 1,000 times better than us. Like, we're just here when we're sitting here just being like, why are we talking about the Lakers? They should be talking about the coaching search. Just don't fall for the entertainment value and factor that we give. That being said,
Because they're children and they're not going to stop doing it.
no, we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. And our company likes it. So either stop watching or just deal with our little sophomore humor.
First of all, you should never never tell people to stop watching.
Look. This is yes. Okay, like
You're
technically
welcome,
yes, but they could also whatever kiss my ass. No, I just think that the Lakers, it's going to be there is no right answer for this coaching search given who they are and what their roster has. JJ Redick actually said something really, really smart. He's like, dude, this ain't about the coach. They just fired a coach that won a championship and had all the credentials, and not one of the coaching candidates has a quarter of the resume that a guy like Frank Vogel has. Think about that, right? Frank Vogel's won a championship. And I believe he was at 2 conference finals. He's coached multiple All NBA guys in Paul George. You know, he helped develop that whole Indiana culture. He has all of the resume. None of those 3 coaches combined have the same resume. All 3 of those coaches combined don't have the same resume as Frank Vogel. So this ain't about coaching. Don't tell me that Kenny Atkinson, who is a very good coach, or Terry Stotts, who is a very good coach, or Darvin Ham, who's going to be, in my opinion, a very good coach. We don't know. They're getting a less qualified compared to the person that they fired. So good luck. I wish them all the best. But this situation ain't about coaching. It's about roster construction. It's about team chemistry, and it's about having the right pieces, and they just don't have that. So Phil Jackson, Red Auerbach can come out of the grave, and he would struggle with this, man. I'm saying, bro, God rest his soul. Love Red Auerbach.
There is a report out there.
Yeah, I'll say this.
You got it. Nope, you got it.
No, you first.
It's going on to the next. You're good.
Oh, damn it. Here's what I would do. If I was Lakers upper management, whoever I bring in, I say, you're not going anywhere for the next 8 years. We are going to build through this. I need somebody who is going to create a hierarchy for the future of the Lakers. I don't need a fix now person. I need somebody who is going to establish the correct culture, who is going to put the players in a position to be successful. And I also need somebody in Anthony Davis's ear that is going to lift him up, but be able to hold him accountable and say, hey, I'm here for you. You're the future. Because realistically, Anthony Davis is the future of the Lakers. So whoever you bring in, it's not Bron's going to be Bron. I could coach the Lakers with Bron. Russ is going to be Russ. He just going to play the way he wants to play, which is fine. The deal is your draft picks, the young guys you bring in, and your vets to build around those guys. And Anthony Davis, number 1. If you want to get the best out of him, you got to bring in somebody who's going to put a system around Anthony Davis and just say, hey, if you don't want to fit in here, here's where we're going. Get up out of here. We'll move on. To me, that's what I would do.
Do you think
agree.
it's it? When it comes to
Twice a day. Holy shit.
when it comes to Bron is going to be Bron, you still have to be able to coach him, hold him accountable. He's still, you guys say it all the time, you have to be able to get on Tim Duncan like you get on the 15th man, right? That's where a level of respect is earned. And especially when you're bringing in a new individual in that chair, correct?
Bron is 38 years
He's
old.
older than some of the coaches.
He still needs to be
older than some of the
accountable.
coaches.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
You know what? Braun's gonna be Braun. What do you expect, right? You don't expect him to get 30. Hey, Braun, just give me 15 to 20. Oh, you're averaging 30?
Do you believe?
Thank
okay,
you.
respect. Do you believe what you really said when you said Russ is going to be Russ? I struggle to think that it's just on Anthony Davis. I really do. I understand future. I get it. And I think, too, with his skill, except a lot of his is about being available, right, and healthy. And then, obviously, matching your play when you are on the court. But I struggle to think that the other two don't have a part in this when it comes to being able to hold them.
They have a part, but at what, for how long, right? Russ is not going to all of a sudden just become a great three-point shooter. He's not going to turn into Derek Fisher and pass the ball and run to the corner. Russ has been an MVP. He's been in NBA Finals. He's a top 75 player. There's only so much moving him out of that lane. So what you do is you say, hey, everyone else, Braun and Russ, here's where you fit in. The other 13 players, this is how we're going to play. And then Braun and Russ will figure out how to be successful within that group. But you're not. I just don't think you're finding anyone other than maybe T-Lue who can really go there and say, I need you to be this all the time. And that's just a fact.
Yeah, and I won't say that they messed up by hiring. Go ahead, Ellie.
I was just going to say, can Doc Rivers be that guy?
Yeah, but Doc Rivers still has a
again,
job.
Knowing nothing, I'm just going off of when you guys turn on your Twitter, the rumors, and you see that the Lakers are still holding out hope. No idea if that's true for Doc Rivers. What goes through your mind? Can he be that guy?
I think Doc could, because Doc has a level of respect. I also think that Juwan Howard would have been a great. When I heard the name being mentioned, now it wasn't the right time for Juwan Howard. He's got his kids that he's going to be coaching. Michigan is growing, and he's building that program. So I understand, and that's at his alma mater. But I'll say this. The Lakers, you won't say that they made a mistake in not hiring T-Lue, but one of T-Lue's issues is that they were only trying to offer him like a 3-year contract. Like, they were just trying to tie him to Braun. And T-Lue is like, I am a great coach. I am not just a guy that coached LeBron. And he's proven that with the Clippers. He's literally proven that. And so that's where the mistake was made. Like, hey, we want to have an input in your coaching staff. We don't want to give you like an extent. We don't want to give you a coaching, or we don't want to give you a contract past Braun, or like there was a bunch of like random stipulations that were rumored that made T-Lue say like, no, I'm not taking this job. Because if you just think that I'm here just to coach LeBron, no, I'm here to coach the Lakers. I was a Laker. I won a championship, and I am a great coach. Clippers were like, let's go. And he has proven. He has been a great, and like me, Channing, you, all of us would have, all of us would look, all of us, if we were sitting in that meeting, we were like, yo, T-Lue is the guy. The fact that he can coach LeBron is a plus. What he does with everyone else is where you win. Where the way he would talk to Channing or me or JR or Kyrie or anybody, that's where he won. Not because he was able to hold LeBron accountable or able to coach LeBron. It's because he managed the other 13, 14 guys on the roster fucking beautifully. He did it beautifully. And so the Lakers, I don't want to say messed it up, but like the way they approached it wasn't right. Because in my opinion, T-Lue, if he was a coach, they would have a championship and he would probably still be there. He would probably still be there.
Oh, absolutely.
Well said. Okay, moving on. Unless you guys have anything else. Did that answer your question, Channing?
What do you got, little piggy? What are you doing, little piggy?
Yes.
From that and his little tongue, snake tongue. Oh my God. Okay, we have some fun topics.
Ew.
Kind of that led to the toilet paper.
Ooh, I like fun topics.
Which was fun for a lot of people. All right.
So funny.
Shout out to Jeremiah. He comes up with these and it's wonderful because of my lack of pop culture knowledge. Snoop said on Jake Paul's podcast.
What's Jeremiah's? Uh-oh.
Social media.
J. Is that a J? Okay. What are we doing?
Why are you pausing, Richard?
I'm not pausing.
Snoop said on Jake Paul's podcast that Michael Jordan once offered him $2 million to DJ a party. Snoop declined due to a scheduling conflict. He said had shit to do. Then he doubled down and said Magic Johnson is his favorite MJ. If you could pick one musical artist, this is my question, or band to play at a big party and money wasn't an option, who would it be? And why?
Ooh.
Mine would be Aerosmith.
Shit. Dead or alive?
I was like, dead or alive.
Dead or alive. Isn't that a song?
Bon Jovi. I was going to say either Prince or Michael.
Oh. Prince is top 5.
Why was the question dead or
Prince
alive
is
and you
one.
went both dead?
Bruno Mars is 2.
No, okay, so those are...
No.
Okay,
Prince
so
is the
alive.
best.
Okay, we got to go
Prince is the
alive.
best.
If we're going to go alive, Bruno Mars!
Bruno Mars.
Fuck yeah,
Not
Jay.
even close.
Bruno Mars.
Not even close. I've been to his concert 3
twice.
times. Bruno Mars's concert is the best.
Bruno Mars is that
The
dude.
best.
Black, white, kids, older people, adults, grandpa, everyone.
He's
ambiguous.
ethically ambiguous.
Like everyone loves him. He dances around. He can sing. He's an entertainer. I don't want to say like he's this generation's version of Prince, but he's got a lot of that in him where he's just such a great entertainer, and he just has a joy about when he's up there. I saw him after his first album. I went and saw him. Janelle Monáe opened up for him. It was an amazing concert. Yeah, it was dope. So, I would probably go, if we're talking about a concert, family-friendly, everything, Bruno Mars is that dude.
He could just go through his albums and nobody would be mad about any song.
And you're going to get 10
album.
Bangers. 10
you
bangers.
can play
He
his
could just play
albums
the bangers. So I'm saying just
more
the
than 10.
bangers. Allie, you
More
okay?
than 10 bangers.
Allie's
just a banger.
He went on, so the Ellen DeGeneres show, obviously, is approaching its final day. Ellen is going off air, and so she had Bruno on yesterday for the second to last show on her show, and
she knew what she was doing.
First
She
of
knew
all,
what she was doing.
yeah.
He's that dude. He's that. She's like, who can I?
that dude.
Bruno Mars is that
that
dude.
dude.
Like all of us, if like Bruno Mars will be performing next, ain't nobody turning that channel. I'm tuning in tomorrow. Record. Yeah.
Using my TiVo.
What's wrong?
Okay, moving on. Colin Kaepernick blew up the headlines this week by trying out for the Raiders. If you could dust off one NBA player that retired over the past 5 to 10 years in their current physical shape for this year's NBA Finals, who would it be?
I can't pick myself.
Wait, say that question again.
It's a joke, Allie.
So I could guess. Are they in shape?
You weren't joking.
Allie, are they in shape?
If you could, in their current physical shape, if you
I
could
don't know
dust
the current.
off
I don't know the
a player
current.
that
I
is
don't know the
retired,
current physical shape. I would say Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, Jamal
He's always
Crawford,
in shape.
for sure.
He's always in shape. Why do you seem so disappointed in our answer?
Yeah.
No, I'm not disappointed. Jamal's a good one. I just didn't. I thought you guys would go like even deeper.
Oh.
I mean, like past time.
Wow.
God.
Past time.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
There's nothing
Too many-
worse when people get
too many,
disappointed you don't
Too
get
many
deeper.
greens.
First of all, I love Jamal.
Damn.
Okay, we've had him on the podcast.
Love Jamal.
I just assumed you guys would have went more different.
Somebody sent me a message. Let me see what this guy said. Maybe he responded. Fuck him. Let me see. He goes, "Listen, you're like this." He goes, "This." He goes, "This." He goes, I was about to obliterate him. He goes, "This is a guy, I won't say his name, but he goes, why do you insist on demeaning the professionalism of broadcast media? Your shirt unbuttoned dang near to your navel is not only ghetto, but you look like a poor black Elvis. I spent 30 years in the media and in journalism, and as your elder, I would suspend you or even fire you for trashing the profession. Get over yourself. Your ego and persona has no business in this profession." That is
Someone sent a DM.
Yes, a professional. A professional sent that to me. And I go, tell me, so this
How
is my
did that
response.
make you feel?
I go, tell me about your career in journalism.
He would hate me. I wear short sleeve shirts underneath my jacket.
I might wear this underneath my jacket today. And he goes,
Dude, don't do it.
no, the bacon
wrestling with a
it
bear.
settles out. You have to like sit. Yeah, we had this little Cuts.
Oh,
Shout out my
okay.
people at Cuts. The t-shirts, hoodies, the best shirts,
Dude, the best shirts.
hoodies. I know
We need
they've
to
been
get
sending me
sponsored
gear. I got to give them some more
Best
love.
hoodies.
And so
Damn.
he goes. I don't even want to read the next.
No, please do. Please do. We're already here.
No, because it just like.
No, please do. I think this is actually enlightening for the things that are said to us.
Yeah. So I sent him. I sent him a picture. So I sent him a picture
serious.
of this is like understand respectfully. I sent him a picture of Craig Sager and like some of his most outlandish stuff, and I sent him a picture of Clyde Frazier and some of his most outlandish stuff. Now, one thing that we all know in TV is you're supposed to wear very muted prints, right? Because it like yes, Craig Sager that's his thing, like his awesome jackets. That's what he's famous for. But that's not what you're supposed to wear on television. It's not. Because it distracts the eye, it takes away from the interview. Those are all things that we are taught in this industry. But Craig Sager was like, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want to do. And he is one of the most respected Hall of Fame journalists ever. Walt Frazier, who's won multiple Emmys, is an NBA icon, wears some of the most I don't want to say outlandish like it's negative, one of the most over the top of all time. And no one's questioning his professionalism. So I sent those two pictures and I was like, what do you think of these guys' professionalism, right? And he was like, oh, well, they're dressed to impress, suit and tie. And I'm like, no, bro, I know for a fact. Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, well, look at them, sharp, and neither of them have their shirts unbuttoned. And I'm like, they're wearing orange with purple and green neon stuff with snakeskin alligator boots. And you're telling me that they're more professional than I am with like 2 or 3 buttons down. And then I was like, by the way, this was a shtick that we were doing for being in Miami and being in South Beach. No different than when like Chuck and these guys put on fisherman hats and like say everyone's gone fishing. No different than when Chuck is wearing shorts underneath his thing. Who the fuck are you to come on here and tell me that you are going to fire me and that I look like a ghetto black Elvis? And let me say this before it's not racist. This was an African American gentleman. So like when he's saying some of these things, it's taken to me as a very different tone. He says, as your elder, right? And I'm like, bitch, I'm 42. The only elders I got are my mom. That's it. That's the last elder I got. Everybody else is a fucking peer as far as I'm concerned, right? In this industry. So it was just funny, and I'll engage and I'll respond because I just like, oh, if you want to, I like to engage in these conversations. Let's fucking go, bro. But those are some of the things that like we get that even when our show is ratings up 20% and our host just won an Emmy. Allie, you've won multiple Emmys, and people, even professionals, want to get on and be like, this is reprehensible. If I was your boss, I'd fire you. It's like, really? Because my boss sent me an email saying that I did a really good job. So what did we say about that? Do you know? What did we say about that?
Yeah, so basically all he was worried about was that your shirt was unbuttoned. That's it.
But it's the way you come at somebody saying that I would fire you. You look ghetto. No. You look like a black Elvis, and I'm just like, are these bad things?
Yeah. My point is that like it's not about being unprofessional. He's just mad that your shirt was unbuttoned, and he chose to like go at you super freaking hard for no reason. Yeah.
In all the things in the world, for you to sit and go, you know what? I am upset. He has 2 extra buttons. And to send that, he reread it, he felt a certain way, sent it,
and on top of it,
send.
And on top of it,
wild.
Let's keep things in perspective. This was obviously this was the day after the shooting. That was a couple of days ago, not to kill the buzz. So at the beginning of the segment, the A block, we play the Steve Kerr sound. I'm wearing a blazer, my shirt's buttoned up because that's not the time to be making fashion statements and to be doing that. So that's called professionalism. Like, guys, I'm gonna have my buttons up. I'm not trying to draw attention to me. Like, that's what it is. Now, as the show progressed, I took off the blazer. We're outside. Mind you, we're outside. You buffoon, in Miami in Moon, you buffoon.
Buffoonery.
Like, we're out there in Miami, and so it's like we're outside. Do you know how hot it is in humid ass Miami, right? So Oh, Perk had
how
a
much
fan.
was
Perk
Perk
had a
sweating?
fan on
How
him
much
like
was
this,
Perk
just like fanning him while we're on air. He wasn't even putting it down while we're off air. Perk had a shirt, tie, and a blazer, and I'm like, oh hell no! So I take it off. I have my shirt down. I'm on my Mike Lowry. I'm over here South Beaching it with my glasses, looking fly. Like, oh yeah, just fucking having fun because we talk about basketball for a living. You clown. Like, don't come at me. Like, dude, like, what do we do? We're not over here. We're over here breaking news. Tell him, Jay.
I actually think this is. You don't have any dogs. I actually think this is a good way.
I got a dog. He's right here.
He would never, though. He would never. I actually think this is a good way to end the podcast from a standpoint of like, we may have just come across a new fun segment. And obviously, you were very serious about the way in which you just responded to that individual. So
I responded back to him very professionally.
Yes. That aside, Topher. Channing, do you have a mean tweet that you could read?
Oh, yes.
I know you do. I know you have stuff in there.
Like, how you 7 foot with a little
and
head?
I love...
Dude, yeah, people
Stop it. Someone said that to you?
Actually.
Oh, people say.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? I haven't really been getting on anybody. The last thing I got was, hey, from some person. Hey, I hope you have an amazing off season. I really am struggling right now. Could you send me $20 to my Venmo? Is the last
Did
one
you?
I got. And I was just like, no, fuck no, I didn't.
Oh.
Damn, Allie. Lord have mercy.
Well, this is the
That's
part.
it?
This is the part for me where, like, after the guy's message and when the last thing I was like, hey, you're right. Can you tune into the show today? Right? Can you tune into the show today? I'll do a better job. And I'm going to wear a pink shirt, and it's going to be buttoned down to my navel. Like right there to my belly button. It's going to be open. I'm going to have my chest out, right? I'm going to have my chest. Yeah, we're still in Miami.
Are you in Miami?
Show, and then I fly to Boston at 8 o'clock tonight. So I'm going to be like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to tell the guy, you're right. Today I will be more professional. And then I'm going to show up, and he's going to turn on the TV and be livid. That's going to be my screw you to the one person that I'm talking to.
Get
into it, Allie.
I don't have anything fun though.
Then you haven't been tweeting.
My last five are. I actually looked on TikTok for the full video, even though I don't have TikTok. How big is your feet? Sell feet pics. How much for used socks?
Oh,
How much?
Allie,
They are
my
nice.
God.
They look good in red.
Allie.
I'd love to suck your toes.
Dude, Allie, you for sure. Dude.
there's
That is all.
Allie.
That is it. That's all I got.
Hey, yo. Come on, girl. I'm telling you, you should put your socks in a jar and sell it.
So gross.
Dude, we are going to, before we finish with Road Trippin, whenever that is in 100 years, we are going to get Allie and OnlyFans.
yeah, but like if we're gonna then yes.
One thing I've learned, I'm a 5-star on wikiFeet.
Yeah, I just found out. I just heard about this yesterday. Malika was saying this.
That's
She
a
said she has
thing?
a wikiFeet profile. We got to figure out this
people are too
wikiFeet. I
bored
gotta
to
go.
be up
I
here
gotta go. This is where I'm going. I'm gonna go on
sucking
the
toes.
wikiFeet after this.
All right. This is our mission now. At
That's
Road
what we do,
Trippin,
and then we
find
just
out
put pictures of our
Edition.
feet, Channing.
Sick. I've seen both of
Dude,
them.
Hey,
Do
I
not.
got my toes.
That's another edition of Road
What?
Trippin'. All right, Road Trippers, have you heard about Prize Picks? Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. Our entire crew loves it, and we know you will too. Prize Picks has the best NBA prop game across the market. They offer more NBA props than any other DFS operator, and they offer every player and stat category you can think of. Want to get in the game now? There's no better time with the NBA playoffs in full swing. All new users that make their first deposit and use the promo code ROADTRIPPIN will receive an instant 100% deposit match up to $100. All you have to do is pick 2 to 5 players and select an over-under on their daily projections. And you can win up to 10 times on any entry. It's just you versus the projected numbers. Prize Picks even allows mixed sport entries. Use the award-winning Prize Picks app, either on the App Store or Google Play today. Entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. It's that easy. Prize Picks is safe and offers fast withdrawals. Make this year's NBA playoffs a little more exciting. Enjoy a special bonus offer on us. Check out prizepicks.com, use the promo code Road Trippin, or go to your app store and download the app today. Remember, Road Trippers, Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy.